Hello, my name is Kyle Steele, council member elect for Norman City Council Ward 6, and this is the summary for the City Council meeting that happened on April 14th, 2026. As usual, agenda packet and timestamps will be linked in the description below. This meeting lasted about 2 hours and 30 minutes, and it got interesting towards the end, to say the least, but the first main thing that happened in this meeting was that Trey Kirby was sworn in. Trey Kirby won the Ward 5 runoff seat. He will be taking over for Councilmember No Fire, who took over for Councilmember Nash for this unexpired term in Ward 5. Kirby will hold the seat until at least July 2027, essentially, because it's an unexpired term. He's only serving out the remainder of the term, and if he wants to keep the seat, he'll essentially be running for election again later this year here. After his swearing in, however, all the standard stuff like the proclamations, awards, and the consent docket did go as expected. The first item on the non-consent section was for an expansion of the Noun Hotel. Essentially, business has been doing pretty good for the hotel, and they are wanting to expand. There were some general questions and concerns from the neighborhood about this hotel expansion that might be kind of close to certain houses in their neighborhood. However, overall, it seems that people did not mind it. The Noun Hotel is pretty well known in their area, and ultimately this item did pass unanimously. The next item was regarding having the city attorney's office seek declaratory judgment regarding the arena and entertainment TIF. Basically, the item was, can the city send legislative ordinance to a vote of the people when it comes to TIFs. Now, that being said, this item was not heard on the evening. Essentially, what happened is Councilmember Gansberry made a motion to hear the item, and no one seconded it. Now, as you can imagine, this rarely happens. If something makes it on the agenda, there's gonna probably be two people who want to have it heard, but that didn't happen tonight, or not tonight, on the 14th, sorry, for whatever reason. If you kind of want to see how that procedure worked out, I highly recommend you watch it, or if you are just kind of invested in the Arena Entertainment District TIF in general, I'll make sure to link that down below. Afterwards, there was public comments, and as you can imagine, a lot of the public comments were actually regarding the potential litigation because that item wasn't heard. Again, I would encourage you to watch the public comments if you are interested in the Arena Entertainment District. Once again, I'll link those public comments down below also. But yeah, a bit of an interesting city council meeting, and quite unexpected. As just for my commentary, as the Ward 6 council member elect, obviously I find it a bit disappointed. I think that the arena and the entertainment district TIF is obviously a big issue in Norman still. I think the latest election in February for Ward 6 at least proved that. And even if, ultimately you were going to vote against this item that was on the docket, you should still, maybe hear it, just because optically it did look very bad, and, that being said, it probably wasn't going to pass anyway. Several council members kind of basically said that they were in favor of this route going forward, but regardless, I still personally believe that someone should have seconded, and, the public should have gotten a chance to comment on it. But learn and move on, and hopefully that this kind of doesn't happen in the future, because like I said, it just looks pretty bad on the council as a whole, in my opinion, personal opinion. So all that being said, if you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to contact me at KyleForNorman@gmail.com. Still monitoring that email up until at least I'm sworn in, for those who want to give their opinions or talk about local issues. Thank you. Have a good evening.